Hi everyone, good morning and welcome to today's episode of The Boardroom. As always, we're live on Facebook and we would love you to join the conversation. So if you are watching this live, please do add any comments or questions that you have for today's interviewee below. If not, worry not, this is streamable back on who's who.mt, Malta's leading business portal. Now, today we're going to be talking about something that has really kept us going through the COVID pandemic, and that is technology. I don't know where we'd be without technology during all of this. It has been the way we've connected with other business people, our families and friends, and I think we've realized that we're more reliant on technology than ever. And to help us understand a little bit more about Malta's strategy for technology, I'm very pleased to welcome today's interviewee, Dana Farrugia. She is the CEO of Tech.mt. Tech.mt is a foundation that was established in partnership between the government and the Malta Chamber of Commerce to promote the national strategy for technology and innovation. Dana, it's great to welcome you on the show. Thank you for being here.
Good morning, Joe. Thank you. I'm very happy to be here as well to discuss this topic. Looking forward.
Brilliant. So Dana, let's start by giving our viewers an introduction. What exactly is Techmt? What do you do?
Okay, as you said rightly so, it's a partnership established between the government and the Malta Chamber of Commerce with the sole purpose of helping the technology industry grow, both locally and internationally. We have been founded on a strategy which targets four major pillars, which are promoting the sector, scouting innovation, encouraging talent, and assisting the sector in whatever areas there might need be. The reason why Techmt exists today is because there are other sectors who have a regulator and a promotion arm, and in the past 2 years, given the increase in exposure in technology, the government felt that technology merited the same, the same importance and the same exposure. So we have our regulator, which is the Malta Digital Innovation Authority, an authority which regulates blockchain and some aspects of artificial intelligence. And then there is Tech.mt, the promotional arm responsible for the whole technology sector. We are responsible for cloud services, business analytics, robotics, software development, hardware, all the works in relation to technology. And we are here for the sole purpose to put technology, to give technology the importance it deserves and put Malta on the global map.
Okay, well, that's a great introduction. Can you give me a bit more details about what the government's strategy is for technology? Is there a strategy, first of all, and what exactly would that mean to the business person out there?
Okay, for the past 5 years, there was a national strategy for technology, for digital transformation. This was done in conjunction with the European Union. It was mandated by the European Union, actually. It expires this year, and another strategy is being drafted as we speak. The Parliamentary Secretary for Digital Economy, Clayton Bartolo, has initiated a think tank which is responsible for the new strategy. There is another technical committee which is made up from all the CEOs reporting to the Parliamentary Secretary. So all entities are involved: MITA, MDIA, MGA, Lean Malta, the National MCST, the National Space Foundation, all the works, so that everyone from a technical point of view can give input to the new strategy. And we have external consultants analyzing the past 5 years, highlighting the successes, highlighting the failures, and obviously we'll be working on what has begun and where we want to go. The aim is, obviously, even the government leads here by example, that we keep on enhancing our e-commerce services, both at a government level and at a private level.
Fantastic. And how big is Malta's technical technology industry? How important is it to our economy today?
Well, the technology industry is not made up from many numbers. It's not made up from many companies. There isn't the numbers involved, but it contributes to almost 9% of our GDP. And in the past, 2019 especially, there was already a spike in the contribution that the technology sector was seeing, because obviously there was the momentum going on. This year, we were obviously as well as affected by this pandemic. We had a very good 6 years, to be honest, because 6 months, I'm sorry, because there was a spike in the demand for digital services. And now, obviously, things are going at a slower pace because everything is stabilizing itself. In terms of growth, the next 6 months will be more stale than previous ones. And then we have to see next year how the situation will unfold.
Of course. Now, technology has had a major impact on COVID and how we managed life under COVID. As I said earlier, I don't think we could have done it without technology. But what impact has COVID had on the technology sector? Have there been major changes?
Well, when the pandemic hit Malta, we have seen a physical change in the way we live, in the way we operate as businesses. And we have also seen a change in demand from a location point of view for technology services like internet, Wi-Fi, 3G, because people were moving to different areas than they usually do. And luckily, we have a very rigid physical infrastructure here in Malta. We have our island, which is almost 99% enabled with high-speed internet because of our infrastructure, because the private sector kept investing. And we have an upgraded network, a network which is constantly upgraded. We have fiber, we have high-speed internet. So we are lucky on that front. Our geographical size helps us as well because we can reach almost everywhere, since we are relatively small, but still our private sector does not shy away from investment. And so this change, this sudden change which happened overnight, we could, as an island, sustain the hit from a technology point of view. Then there were the hurdles from a business perspective to adapt to remote working. Remote working was something which was always available here in Malta, but maybe not so popular because we were used to culturally getting ready in the morning, going to work physically, going to our place of work, and the job is done from the place of work. We had to adapt, and the technology sector had to provide for that. We have seen a spike in the usage of software in relation to online connectivity, online networking, like software like Zoom, Teams, Skype, Google Meet, and whatever. And we have also seen in the beginning a spike in demand for hardware to be able to mitigate this change. Now that people have adapted in the past 6 months to this change, we are seeing a more relaxed approach towards the sector. But still, I think taking into consideration everything and comparing to other economic sectors, I think the technology sector has done well.
And in fact, with that in mind, what's innovation been like under this period? Has it been a great period for people having more time to think about the ideas that they can bring to the table, or have some been put off perhaps by the big changes that they've seen?
Well, definitely time to think has increased in the past. because we were more obviously confined at home, especially when we had the partial lockdown, and we do more social distancing. We have more time on our hands because meetings are done online. So you have gained all the logistical time, the traveling time. So I believe, yes, that time-wise we did gain. But something important that I want to mention is that our island is geared up to handle innovation. The government has a research and development budget. The businesses invest as well in research and development. We also have physical spaces provided so that ideas can be generated and tested. The private sector, again, provides different ecosystems where new technologies are being developed here in Malta, and I'm very proud to say that this sector does not fail to impress when it comes to latest technologies and ideas. Something maybe that we need to see more as an island is a partnership between the private sector and the government when it comes to business expenditure on R&D, because as we all know, when you are exploring an idea, it doesn't always make financial sense. It's still an idea, it's still in concept phase. There are no committed sales, possibly no return ever. So there's investment involved at a risk. And the private sector might have a budget and might have limited resources. The government has another budget. So on that front, I think we should streamline more the efforts. But obviously it is high on government agenda that budgets in relation to research and development and to promote innovation and to attract talent and innovative ideas to our island, it is on top of our agenda, obviously.
Fantastic. We know that many sectors have been very affected by COVID, hospitality, tourism. How has the tech sector long term been challenged? Are there going to be big changes as a result of what we've seen so far?
Obviously, the technology sector has been affected long term indirectly because of consumer behavior. Consumer behavior has changed. Given the overnight effect of COVID, people had to revert to the digital world because who was not connected digitally ended up disconnected from the whole world. To businesses, this meant a huge loss in business. People who were not geared up online with their products online, their systems working digitally and not manually, having a customer base which is not only local, who was not geared up with this setup, unfortunately struggled a bit in the past 6 months. And I hope that we are offering the assistance that is needed through funding and through incentives for SMEs, especially to gear up their systems into the digital world. Because as we have seen, first of all, there is a market out there which is global and it offers economies of scale. And secondly, the moment that you have a physical barrier, which is relying on physical sales, that has been removed. I mean, the sky is the limit. And today, online stores exist, systems for online stores exist out of the box. Logistical services, as in deliveries, both local and abroad, exist as well. So people can do their costings and can migrate quite easily to a startup working on digital technologies. In the long term, this change in mindset will help the technology sector, obviously, to upsell. Something that in the technology world doesn't happen very often because technology is very good at delivering and developing solutions, but then the commercial side, the sales side, I must say, we need to up it a bit more, so that consumers may know and may be guided to what services there are available out there for them to use. There are services that are suitable for an SME with very low turnover, and there are services for the largest companies. Companies which we still see operating on manual processes. It is a phenomenon that we are still trying to crack.
And when it comes to the support that Techmt has been able to offer the community in this time, what sort of things have you been up to, perhaps, that business leaders might be interested in knowing about and perhaps even making use of in the months to come?
Community related?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yes, with regards to the community, we also have a responsibility towards our community. We do not want anyone to be left behind. We are very swift in adapting new technologies in the business world. Our business sector obviously is very well skilled and is technology rich, but that doesn't mean that we leave anyone from our society strata behind. On that front, we offer a lot of content and a lot of assistance related to, for example, the elderly, related to vulnerable women, related to reintegrating people in the employability sector by upskilling their digital skills. And also, we are embarking on an aggressive drive, if I might say, in relation to take up of STEM subjects. We are very much interested in our young students at the level of secondary age, from 11 to 13, when they come to choose their career paths, because we are seeing a low subscription there to STEM subjects for what we don't know what the reason is, because we do have an education system that is capable of delivering high standards when it comes to mathematics, when it comes to sciences, when it comes to technology subjects. But then, unfortunately, we see the take-up being lower and lower year on year. So this is a pain point for businesses, because in the future, we are already experiencing it, but in the future it will become worse, where we will have a drain in the talent pool, and that will result in added cost for the technology sector to be able to supply the solutions that consumers would be demanding, because peer demand in terms of technology solutions is very aggressive. Consumers demand applications which are more intelligent, applications which work faster, applications which almost are capable of reading your mind. So to invest in these solutions, you need high-skilled developers and maybe statisticians to be able to identify the need beforehand, rather than having the consumer coming up with that knowledge. And so with regards to the student world, that is where we want to focus.
And in fact, let's dive into that just a little bit more. At the moment, we're seeing, on people maybe facing unemployment in certain areas. Does technology, even for slightly older people, perhaps, are there opportunities for people to get into technology, even if they didn't start very young?
Well, of course, yes. At the moment, something that we have been discussing with the technology sector on a one-to-one basis is, since they have a little bit of lead time on their hands, maybe they can invest in upskilling their workforce, or maybe finding people who are at the moment unemployed. They identify that there is the will to learn, and invest in them by giving them some training on digital skills and enhancing them on that front. Because even at a very basic level, you do not need to be necessarily a developer or a statistician or an engineer. You can be working on the marketing side of the digital economy, for example, or on the commercial side, but you still have to understand what the digital world is offering. So I think at this point, one of the most valuable assets that a company can possess is its resources, and upskilling is a must. Because if your employees are not abreast with new technologies, they will never understand the new technologies that you want to implement.
Absolutely. So switching to business leaders at this point, and perhaps your advice to business leaders for coming out of this crisis, is there support that Techmt can offer them, or even the wider world of technology? Where should they be looking?
Well, of course, from our end, we are open to discussions on a one-to-one basis, and we do assist wherever they need, be it bureaucracy, be it facilitation in getting incentives, be it maybe with internationalization, something that the sector asks for frequently, and also in finding talent. We try to help them to find the talent they need. At the moment, there are a number of jobs that cannot be filled, unfortunately, because we do not have the physical capacity to fill them. The technology world allows them to avail themselves of talent worldwide, but that comes at a cost. We do acknowledge that businesses in the technology sector are suffering on this front. The cost of employing resources is becoming even more higher, and we need to tackle this at a national level. We need to tackle this in a way where we start working hand in hand, the government and the private sector, to supply the much needed demand. When it comes to leaders, I think from a technology point of view, we have seen in the first 6 months like a halt in appetite for investment. So when it came to decision making, maybe they prolonged system upgrades, investing in new technologies was prolonged, investing in startups or in innovation, people were thinking twice. But at this point, we continuously remind these leaders that in the very near future, this pandemic will obviously be handled differently than it is today. Maybe we might decide that we have to live with it. And these leaders have to make sure that the moment that we hit the ground running, they are not left behind.
Absolutely. And one of the hardest things at the moment is to make predictions about what could happen next. But if you were to try to make a prediction for the next 12 months for the technology sector specifically, both locally and even perhaps globally, what would be your thoughts?
First of all, I think we are going to see a phase where people will be collaborating more rather than competing. That means that there will be potential for solid companies to consider maybe merging or taking over companies who unfortunately wouldn't survive otherwise. This is the normal rules of economics. Given the way the sectors globally are performing. On the other hand, I think that we will be seeing a surge in venture capital, whereby in the technology sector suffers a lot from access to finance. As I told you, most of the time solutions are just an idea. At inception phase, there is no commitment of sales or whatever. The business cases look quite unappealing in the beginning, but and when they go to traditional banks to get finance, obviously they are facing a lot of problems. Added to that is the current situation. So we are seeing venture capitalists also either being working as investors or beneficiaries who are reverting to venture capital. So that is an area, I think, that is coming to our island, although not very popular today, but I think it will be, because obviously companies do scout out there alternative access to finance their ideas if they cannot finance it themselves. As I told you, the next 6 months will be challenging. They will be challenging because maybe growth will not happen at such a fast pace as we were used to it. Probably it will slow down and it will be stable, but much, much slower than it was before. And in the next year, possibly in Q2, Q3 of next year, we will see a regeneration of our operations in terms of sectorial operation. So I am assuming that we will be again getting connected globally, both physically and continuing digitally. But doing business at the moment, even if we still have the capability of doing it online, business is done on a one-to-one basis, on meeting up, getting to know all parties. There is an element of trust which technology doesn't give you at this point when it comes to doing business, because imagine you're doing business with somebody abroad, you have just met this entity or this person online, and even though you can do all your checks and balances, it's still the digital world, and obviously there is an element of trust when it comes to money and investment that it is still a hurdle. So people are making connections, they are working on connections, but conclusion of deals and sales at the moment might be affected a bit. But I am foreseeing that coming Q2 of next year and going into Q3, we will start seeing an economic performance that we were seeing pre-COVID. Slowly, we will start getting there.
Okay, well, we certainly hope so. And what investments would you say would be most necessary for those wanting to thrive in the technological environment and as we live with this new normal? Where should business leaders be putting their investment in technology?
Well, at the moment, even ourselves as a country, because we are a country that survives on services. We do not have any natural resources. And as a country, we also strive to identify niche markets from where we can attract foreign direct investment, and also to ensure that our local sector has enough potential to keep growing, enough sales, enough opportunities. We are eyeing very closely the medical health business. It's a multi-business niche globally, and health worldwide is moving towards digitizing. Mm-hmm. And we have already seen during the pandemic many services that have been digitized. There is a hurdle with GDPR and obviously patient information, holding of information, but we have seen blockchain in this case working very well with regards to holding of information and the traveling of that information both locally and abroad. It's a system that also the government our local government is eyeing. We also had applications being developed to assist with the COVID pandemic, but not only. Going forward, medical health is a niche market that can transform itself into so many areas, like, for example, mental well-being, physical well-being, first line call to your GP, accessing your data online and maybe discussing it with a professional. This world has a lot to offer, and technology will be playing a major role here, because it's quite a virgin market, if I can describe it that way. Apart from that, we are also seeing an overhaul in all economic sectors when it comes to the use of technology and the types of technologies being used. We are seeing more dependency on cloud services because companies are keeping their data. They are realizing that it's more cost effective to keep your data online and to use applications that are online, and thanks to this, to free your current resources, maybe upskill them and utilize them in a more effective way. We can see aviation and maritime moving towards solutions like blockchain and artificial intelligence. The technology world is absolutely fascinating. I mean, you can have applications, for example, I don't know, monitoring the amount of erosion in maritime vessels, for example, so that you can use the exact amount of paint that is needed and without any waste. But that runs into millions of cost cutting for a company. And then we have aviation, for example, considering artificial intelligence as well for ground handling, all that time and all those resources allocated to ground handling facilities. It is something it's a subsector in the aviation world that is experiencing an overhaul technologically as well. And we have health, we have education as well. We have also seen our education system reverting to more technology, and there is a lot to do. We also have applications at the moment being developed in relation to cognitive skills of our students. The application can assess the student because everyone can be in the same class, but not everyone is at the same level. And these applications will obviously give you material that is at your level and a bit higher up, so that they help you in your journey, in your learning journey, because it is being acknowledged that not all students are catching up in the same way. As you can see, I mean, even agriculture, for example, we are seeing with the help of technology, the monitoring and the tracking of a lot of goods in relation to agriculture. Also, service levels. Technology helps you to increase your service levels, because the monitoring part will obviously take you to seeing what kind of service level you are offering today, and any improvements that might be necessary. Logistical services, for example, globally, tracking systems. I mean, if I start, So yes, technology is a sector that obviously an underlying platform onto which each other's economic sector is dependent. So every other economic sector needs technology today to survive, and the beauty of this sector is that it is borderless. It is global. There isn't the need of many physical trade barriers, or obviously you have to abide by rules and regulations in every country where you are delivering your technologies or having consumers using your technologies. But it is for sure an enabler and a driver for digital transformation.
Absolutely. One of the conversations we've had a lot on the boardroom over the past few months is about leadership style amongst our business leaders. Obviously, we've spoken a little bit about the fact that related to technology, business leaders have had to maybe take some difficult decisions about how to make things work or about which investments to make. How has COVID changed you as a business leader in this time?
Well, I am a very aggressive person by nature, so I am constantly on the go. I like to chase a lot of business opportunities. I work tirelessly towards foreign direct investment to help local businesses any time of the week, and both with physical meetings or online meetings or traveling abroad. getting new connections, putting Malta on the map, because most of the time when you discuss doing business in Malta, the first question is, but where is Malta? So that was something that I had to get used to, doing business in a different way, doing business in a digital way, and also maybe put the competitive side a bit on the side, and going on to the cooperation side more. So we needed to be more empathic with businesses. We were on a drive towards digitization, and there was a hype last year. And then this year we had to be faced with a lot of resistance because businesses were experiencing a lot of uncertainty. And when you are leading in uncertainty, you need to be more empathic and be more of a facilitator in business rather than an aggressive, competitive leader. And we also saw an environment of businesses understanding each other more, because everyone was going through a tough time. People were constrained. Our strategy, for example, had to be revisited month on month. This year we had a strategy, we had a very ambitious strategy to get business from abroad, especially for this island. We're supposed to be a gateway towards multiple continents. We have very good relationship with different continents around the world, something that other European countries suffer from. We are also English speaking. That is one of our official languages, and that is a huge advantage for us. We can communicate with almost all the globe, and then you cannot conclude any business. So that was quite a frustrating time for us. And I think, on the other hand, the positive side was sitting down with other leaders, discussing and understanding, and obviously hearing their worries and their foresight for the next months. You see also leaders having to consider to letting people go, and that is something which was a headache for many. And so far, thanks to the government relief funds and intervention, many leaders have managed to mitigate that, but still, what we need is to start regenerating our economy. I think all leaders like me would like to see the same momentum that we had before. And obviously, you need to keep your spirits high and hope that sooner rather than later we will start again. We will start meeting again. We will start having conferences again, doing business again, sitting down around the table and discussing what our countries can offer. What I can say is that I'm sure that going forward, even having the performance that we have today economically, we will be able to impress other countries, because looking around, the picture doesn't look as good as ours at the moment.
Absolutely. Well, Dana, thank you. As we wrap up our very interesting conversation today, I'd just love to have your final thoughts on what business leaders and entrepreneurs could and perhaps even should be doing at the moment to drive innovation and use technology until things do go back to normal.
Well, my only brief advice is to always make sure to find time to think. Make sure that you do not get embroiled into just micromanaging and daily operations. Make sure that you sit down, even with your team, for an hour a day, and make sure that you speak about different things and encourage innovative ideas.
Brilliant. Well, Dana, thank you so much for your input there, for giving us loads of ideas about how technology could continue to help us in the weeks and months ahead. And of course, all the support available through Tech.mt. So thank you very much, Dana, for being with us on the Boardroom today. And to all of you at home or at the office, thank you as always for being with us on the Boardroom. We look forward to seeing you next time.